Hey everybody, welcome to another weekly stock market update. Today is the 14th of July, 2023. It's been an exciting week, but not that exciting, coming off a pretty weak last week, but things are moving up pretty nicely. Let's take a look at some of the charts so you can see what I'm talking about here. Uh-oh, I gotta sneeze. Okay, that's live TV, or we're live, whatever this is. All right, let's go into some of these slides. All right, here we go. Okay, so we've got 4 greens in the market. That means pedal to the metal. We are an accelerating market. I think we're in a long period of bull market. We've been in a bull market for about 7 months, since January 9th, and we are shorter term green. So that means the buying has higher probabilities than the selling right now. Taking a look at the NASDAQ, look at that chart. It just keeps going higher. It's heading up to that 14,646 level, and it's already at 14,168. So it's only about 500 points away. Not too bad. So that's showing very bullish. Will this end? Yeah, at some point. But right now we've got 2 gaps up this week. If you look at those last 4 days, 2 gaps up in the week. A lot of strength behind that. 2 gaps up in the week on the S&P 500. Also doing the same thing, almost the same chart. Dow Jones, not quite the same, but the Dow kind of moves a little bit more sluggishly, and there's been a little bit more pressure on the Dow, I would say. But that's okay. It's still moving up in the right direction. And it's challenging that 34,588, which is about right where it is right now. And I suspect if it breaks over that, it's going to go to 35,492, or actually even higher than that, because it's actually above that now that I look at it. It's 34,7. Well, I don't know. It's got a long way to go higher if you go all the way back to this week high from last year. Okay, so same thing with the S&P 500, the Dow Jones, and then the New York Stock Exchange is also doing that test of that 16,222, and it's at 16,072, not very far. I think it's actually heading to 16,500. So it's got 400 points to go, which is about another 2.5%. Pretty good. Okay, now looking at the volatility index, you can see volatility is below the moving average. That shows you that there's less panic on the street. Less panic means more money into the market, and more money into the market means stocks go higher, which is what they're doing. And take a look at this Dow transport. If you've heard me talk about this before, the Dow transport theory, the Dow theory says that when the transports go higher, it leads everything else higher, because they're moving goods around the country, around the world. And when things are moving around the world, that means people are employed, people are spending money, etc. So don't believe all the junk you hear. It is inflationary, but there is stuff going on in this economy. The NASDAQ computer index, interesting, at a record high. The semiconductor industry at a record high. I don't know if it's record, but it's certainly record in the last year and a half. And look at the Philadelphia housing index. Remember how all these people were saying, oh, the stock market's going to crash the housing market. The interest rates are going to cause the housing to crash. I don't see that on this chart. Do you? This chart shows me they're building houses. They're building housing. So let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla is coming into a earnings report next Wednesday night. And this is one of the prettiest, and this is just education and information. It's not a license for you to go out and spend your money. I just want you to learn from this, but don't go do what I'm doing. Just, you have to do your own things. There's risk involved, all that stuff, right? But Tesla is a textbook breakout. It made a 27% breakout from a buy point. It's up in the 6th week of a hold period. And to me, after it reports numbers, it looks like it wants to jump over the 285 level. I don't know. It kind of hit the 285.30 a few minutes ago. That's a high. And if it stays kind of around this, I believe that they're setting this thing up to jump it up to 300. But I don't know. I don't know what market makers do. I have no idea if the stock is going to go up or go down. I can just tell you, I've looked at hundreds of thousands of charts in my lifetime. And this, even though it looks innocuous, looks like a very textbook setup for Tesla to be able to at least go to 300. And you can see that $400 level, which is, I think, where it wants to go back up, especially if they announce Cybertruck, if they announce full self-driving, if they announce, which they already have, deliveries, if they announce higher margins, whatever, earnings per share. There's a lot of reasons this stock could go up. There's a lot of reasons it could go down too. But to me, the chart with a 95% relative strength rating is setting up for higher. So just keep that in mind. You know, make sure you hedge your bet, because it could also go down just as much as I think it's going to go up. But I like the way this thing is setting up. So that's it for me. I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and I'll catch you next week on another weekly market update. Take care. Bye.